This Shark upright vacuum, Navigator Lift-Away Deluxe NV360, is currently sitting right here next to me. It's one of those household items you don't really give much thought to until you actually need a good vacuum. And when I went through the process of choosing the right one for my home, I realized how surprisingly overwhelming all the options could be. When you get your own place, or just want to keep things cleaner, a vacuum, in my opinion, is one of the most important tools you can own. Today I'm going to do a quick review of the Shark Navigator Lift-Away Deluxe NV360 and share exactly why I settled on this vacuum, what was going through my head before purchasing it, and how it really holds up after lots of use. I'll keep my language simple and straight to the point, especially if you're just starting out with these kinds of products. Let's start with what this vacuum actually looks like and how it feels to use. The Shark NV360 has a pretty classic upright vacuum look, but there's a little more style to it than you might expect at this price. The body is a deep navy blue with some gray and silver accents, and even though the whole thing is made from mostly plastic, it's got a nice glossy finish. The first time I picked it up, I was honestly surprised with its weight. It's not featherlight at just under 16 pounds, but for an upright vacuum, it's totally manageable. I didn't feel like I was dragging a boulder around my floor. What's great is that visually, this vacuum has a modern vibe. I'm not going to pretend any guest will be blown away by how it looks sitting in your closet, but it's a lot more attractive than those really old chunky ones. The handle sits at a comfortable angle, and since I'm kind of average height, I found it easy to push and pull across both hardwood and carpet. The cord, while not super long, wraps up easily on the side, just a detail, but I appreciate not having to fight with tangled wires every single time I put it away. One thing that stands out as a small design annoyance is the dirt compartment. It's made of clear plastic, which looks nice when it's clean, but after a while, you really start to notice every speck inside. It feels a little thin to me. I sometimes worry a hard knock would crack it, but so far, no issues. The vacuum comes with a couple of basic accessories that clip in right under the handle, an upholstery tool and a crevice tool. They aren't fancy, but they get the job done for cleaning sofas or tight corners. From my experience of living with this vacuum over the last year, I can say that it's held up really well. I'm someone who researches purchases to death, and I was a little worried spending over $150 on what's basically a cleaning tool, but it felt like a solid investment. At first, I wondered if I actually needed features like the lift-away function. Basically, this lets you detach part of the vacuum so you can easily clean stairs, under furniture, or get up high. I figured it might just be a sales trick, but honestly, it's more useful than I expected. I used it for the stairs way more often than I thought, and when I had to vacuum behind the couch, being able to pop off the canister and keep going made the job way less frustrating. I'm the kind of person that gets annoyed with complicated instructions, but setting this up out of the box took just a few steps. There is a bit of assembly required, but nothing that a quick glance at the manual can't solve. The key feature, and what really matters to me in any vacuum, is suction power. I have a cat that basically sheds year-round, so I really need something that's actually going to clean instead of just pushing dirt around. The Shark NV360 has a reputation for being strong on both carpet and bare floors, and in my experience, that is absolutely true. When you roll it across carpet, you can literally see and feel the brush roll dig in and pull up everything from pet hair to the stubborn crumbs that end up everywhere. For wood or tile, there's a switch to turn off the brush roll, so you don't end up scratching your floor. I appreciate how simple it is to go from one surface to another. Just a flip of the switch and I'm good. And the HEPA filter? This is a big deal, especially if you have allergies like I do. HEPA filters trap tiny particles, think pollen, dust mites, and pet dander, and keep them from getting blown back into your room. I noticed a real difference in how fresh my home smelled after cleaning, and I sneeze less now that I'm not kicking up as much dust. What I like most about the Shark NV360 is honestly how versatile it is for the price. The lift-away feature turns what's basically a standard upright vacuum into a portable canister. This was especially handy for cleaning under the bed and hitting those weird angles on the stairs. You just unlatch the canister, carry it with one hand, and use the handle as a wand for tighter spots. The attachments aren't overly fancy, but I got a lot of use out of that crevice tool for picking up stuff between couch cushions and along baseboards. For larger messes, the 0.9 quart capacity means I don't have to stop and empty the dustbin constantly. It's clear, so you always know when it's full, though I will say getting everything out sometimes requires shaking or reaching in with your hand. Not a deal breaker, but a little annoying. I'd recommend this for anyone who wants a solid everyday vacuum that isn't outrageously expensive. It's perfect for pet hair, medium pile carpets, and homes that have a mix of floor types. If you're in a small apartment or a house, either way, this vacuum fits. I should mention, for larger rooms, the cord is definitely on the short side. I have to unplug and switch outlets more than I'd like. Not a huge issue, but something to keep in mind if you tend to clean big spaces in one go. The noise level is about what you'd expect from a powerful vacuum. Not whisper quiet, but not so loud you'll wake up the neighbors. If you have allergies or just want to keep your house fresher, the HEPA filter is a huge plus. Maintenance does require some effort. You're supposed to rinse the filters and clean out the brush roll and lint screen every so often, or else the performance starts to suffer. At first, I was worried this would be a hassle, but honestly, it's easy once you get used to it. I just mark the calendar to remind myself to do it. All the removable parts snap right back in place. You don't need any tools. I haven't had any pieces break or loosen over the last year, which kind of surprised me for something in this price range. In conclusion, after a year with the Shark Upright Vacuum, Navigator Lift-Away Deluxe N360, I'm honestly impressed. It does everything I need for daily cleaning, especially with pets and mixed floors. It's not perfect. The dustbin and short cord are the main things I'd change, but overall, I feel like I really got my money's worth. If you're on the fence about picking this up, I'd say go for it, especially if you want something that's easy to use, reliable, and gets the job done for a reasonable price. The build quality is better than I expected. The key features like the lift-away and HEPA filter actually make a difference, and it's never let me down for normal cleaning around the house. I will post full information about the Shark Upright Vacuum NV360 in the comments section. See you in the following videos.